This week on This Is Gravel, we have Christmas gifts coming up. We have a little Zwifting. We have a lot of social media, and
Neil is still running.
Neil likes to run. Hey, and welcome to This Is Gravel. I'm Bobby Thompson. Sitting next to me is
Neil Taylor.
Neil. What's been going on, buddy?
Some land run double training, you know. I think last time around here we did a little bit of talking about that. But,
land run double training.
Yeah, so.
You're still doing that then?
Still doing that. Got out this past week for a 12-mile run and then decided to follow it up the next day with a 40-mile bike ride to see how the body felt. And I'll be honest, it went well. That's still not 31 miles and 100 miles.
Right,
so, right. Not quite at that level, but I don't think I'll do that, obviously, before the race. My hope is to, probably do some 20-mile runs with maybe 50, 60-mile bike rides the day after to get myself used to doing both of these events back to back.
That's crazy. Are you going to do any just individual runs leading up to the event?
Yeah, we got a half marathon actually here in Emporia. That's what kind of started the whole running thing. Coming up December 1st, called the Big Chill. Never done a half marathon even before.
Right.
So this will be my first go at that, and then I've been looking around for kind of some other local races, either halves or full marathons, just to get used to running stupid long distance. Just
run a full marathon for practice, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be fun. Yeah, it actually has helped, I'll be honest with you, fitness-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, it is amazing how well I can breathe now on the bike, especially doing the single speed, where sometimes you got to pedal at a high cadence and keep going.
Yeah, right.
There's definitely been some advantages to it, so... but if you would have told me 6 months ago that, hey, you're going to be running a half marathon and then after that you're going to go and run a 50K here in March, I'd have laughed at you. But now I've got a fancy running watch and all this other fancy running equipment too. So
it sounds like it's taking money away from cycling is what it's doing.
It is. Unfortunately, that all got taken away by my wife anyways because she's been cycling.
She got into
and then,
cycling.
just got her new trainer as well. So
you did.
The cycling's still there, but... definitely taking away my money so that I can't get the things I need, like a bike with gears. Anyways, enough about me, Bobby. What have you been up to, man?
I have, you know what? For the first time in probably 2-3 years of doing this show, I'm honestly going to say I have not been riding very much.
Running?
I've not been running either. No, it's kind of funny. 2.5 weeks ago, I did a very impromptu 100-mile ride. Hey, Bobby, you want to go ride 100 miles? Yeah, I'll go ride 105 miles. So went out and did that, and I came back from that. 2-3 days later, I got sick. And then, now you're going, I had the head cold, and the head cold led into a sinus infection, and that led into just now I'm getting better and getting healthier again. So maybe, you shouldn't jump off the couch and jump into 100-mile and 40-degree weather right off the bat. Maybe you should kind of, So, yes, I'm getting back from that. So, I've been going out and, in this afternoons, I've been actually walking around playing some disc golf.
Nice.
We have, disc golf is big in Emporia also. Huge following of disc golf out there. So, last weekend I went out and stayed at the Clover Cliff Ranch Bed and Breakfast in Chase County. And magnificent place to stay. They cater to your every wants and desires. Susie and her husband Warren. Susie cooks a fabulous meal. Samantha was out there as a hostess, and they have a beautiful disc golf course out there. Awesome. That Dynamic just put up last week. So I've been playing in that. I almost fell into a stream trying to get my disc out in, again, 30-degree weather. So maybe I just need to not be going outside when it's 30s for a while and let this cold get by me. I haven't even been on my trainer. I mean, I really haven't been doing anything. I've been building bikes. I've been still in cycling. I mean, you know.
Just taking a break.
Just taking
which
a break.
Which isn't a bad thing, especially this time of year with as busy it is. You know, you've got enough of a base built up that if you say, you know what, a week or two off the bike, I think you'll be okay.
All right, December 1st and 2nd, I am going down to Stillwater, Oklahoma, to hang out with the District Bikes folks, and we're gonna. Bobby and his gang are putting on One Night Stand, which is a 12-hour from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. overnight mountain bike ride, whatever. It's cold.
In Stillwater, it's rides,
it's probably going to be a ride, right? Exactly. And there may be a little maybe a little drinking involved, more than water. So it'll be exciting. So.
Coffee, right?
But I've never done, an overnight mountain bike ride. I'm not a trail rider. I'm going to wreck. I'm going to go slow, and I don't care. So it'll be fun. So I got that coming up. I need to get healthy for that. Tis the season.
Tis the season.
Thanksgiving is this week.
Yes.
As soon as Thanksgiving over, we have Black Friday. We have Small Business Saturday, whatever, Cyber Monday, whatever they want to make up marketing-wise. So we have reached out to Gravel City Adventure and Supply Company's new manager, Aaron Oppel. We've asked Aaron to give us maybe 5 gifts that he would love to have in cycling this year. And also our new bike mechanic, Alyssa. We've asked Alyssa to step in also with 5 of her choices. So let's hear from Aaron and Alyssa.
Hi, I'm Aaron Oppel. I'm the shop manager here at Gravel City Adventure and Supply, and I just want to give you some quick tips on buying gifts for your cyclists this Christmas season. Suggestion number 1. When we get into these cold winter months, specifically in the transition seasons, as well as cold times, the winds really pick up here in Kansas. 45 North has come out with some great products, both jackets and vests that do a great job blocking the wind. Layered properly underneath, this makes a great gift for your cyclists so they can still get out on those warm winter days and get a few miles in. All right, gift suggestion number 2, Sodero frame bags, top tube bags, seat bags. They make a number of colors. They're actually coming out with 2 new colors for 2019. The cool thing about Sodero bags is they accommodate all frame types. So specifically, like on this top tube bag, they make a Velcro version for bikes that do not have top bolt mounts or top tube bolt mounts. But they also make a version that you can bolt right to your top tube. About $50, not too bad of a gift. And if you want to give your special someone something a little bit extra, you can always put some interesting stuff inside, like little things that they're going to use as they're out there riding from day to day. Gift suggestion number 3, my favorite. It's just small consumables. Every bicycle rider is going to fill up a water bottle or throw a few snacks in their Sodero bag when they go out for a ride. We have a huge selection of stuff down here at Gravel City, from Scratch Labs, Goo, Tailwind. You can buy a Gravel City water bottle, stuff a couple of things inside the water bottle, put it in a stocking. But these are nice, easy consumable, and you can kind of gauge how much you want to spend on your cyclist with this option. And finally, the last thing that I might suggest for your cyclist this winter or Christmas season, a Gravel City gift card. Specifically, I would suggest maybe getting a gift card with a few dollars on it so your cyclist can bring their bicycle in for a tune-up or a little repair that they may have been putting off. The winter season is a great time for maintenance. Bike's not being used a lot. We got a little extra time. Come in, say hi, and let us walk you around the store and potentially pick something out for your cyclist.
Hey, my name is Alyssa down here at Gravel City, and you just saw Aaron recommend 5 gifts for the Christmas holiday. These are going to be my 5 choices. First, chamois butter, crucial for longer rides. This one is a chamois butter for her, but we also have chamois butter Euro style and original. An incredibly important basic tool that I think would make a great stocking stuffer. Second suggestion, if you know somebody that likes handmade gifts or locally made gifts, this hat is made by the brand O-Caps. This is made by a local woman from Topeka. They come in various sizes, various designs. She uses vintage fabric, so it's a very unique gift and very stylish. All right, third suggestion. This time of year, it's getting darker earlier. So if you're somebody who likes to go riding later in the day, having lights is incredibly important. If you don't like riding later in the day, if you're a commuter, having lights is also incredibly important. The light motion beyond bright light is one that I really like. It is LED and chargeable via USB, so it's a good tool to have. Fourth suggestion, we have Velocio Signature Fly Bib for women. These are particularly useful in the winter because they have a zip fly in the back, which makes it easier to disrobe while you're out there riding. If you need to use the bathroom, that way you don't have to take off all your warm layers, expose yourself to the cold. You can slip these bibs off a little bit more easily and enjoy your ride that much more. All right, last suggestion. This is the Velocio Recon women's vest. They also come in men's vest. One of the things that I've learned this winter while trying to ride in colder temperatures is the importance of layering. So this is one of my favorite pieces. If you keep your core warm, it makes your ride that much more comfortable. So I would highly recommend this vest. And thanks for listening. If you guys have any other questions, please come on down to Gravel City Adventure and Supply.
Okay, so that makes me want to run down to Gravel City and buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like I do every other day, basically.
That's the bad thing of working down there is I tend to just keep throwing things on my layaway account. And yeah. All right, so after all that, what would be one bucket list go-to thing that you would want for this year for a gift? It can be a component, it can be a bike, it can be a travel, cycling related.
Reality is I would love a geared bike. So anyone out there listening, if you'd love to get me a brand new Warbird, buddies for life. That'd be fantastic just because after doing both Dirty Kanza and doing Gravel Worlds last year on single speed, I've realized that about 112 miles or so into a race, my legs just get really, really tired doing single speed. I have no problem at that 100-mile mark. 100-mile mark's fine, but you just go past it, and all of a sudden, the wheels fall off, and my legs just start closing down.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. That far into a race, my legs feel like they're going to fall off, even with gears. So just to let you know.
Well, I've had gears in the past, and like I said, the last year's Dirty Kanza, granted, that was different. 30-mile-an-hour headwind going into for a while, and that single speed was rough.
Yeah.
But I would love just to have that option again, and so a brand new bike would be sweet. But realistically, if anybody wants to give me an awesome gift, I love those Woolly Bully socks that Gravel City carries by the feet. Those are fantastic. I wear those around whether I'm cycling or whether I'm just going around town.
You ever put them on your hands and just kind of relax in the evening?
I have not, but I will tonight just because you asked. So, Bobby, how about you? If there was one thing cycling related that you would just say, this is what I want this year for Christmas, the holidays, what would it be?
A van.
A van?
A van. I'm going to throw the bike in the van and travel a little bit and park the van down by the river and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, the ultimate thing is I'd love to travel more this year, It's really tough because, obviously love the family.
Yes.
Want to be with the family. Want the family to be able to travel with me. But, it's hard to be able to take the whole family, and they don't all enjoy cycling as much as I do. So it'd be nice to have something that I could just escape on a Saturday morning, Saturday night, spend the night, and then come back home the next day. So I'm not taking too much time away from the family, and we can still go off and do our bigger family vacation. So yeah, it'd be nice. I have, I guess I could sleep in the back of my pickup truck. I'm not a tent person. I've tried. I need a little more creature comforts than that. So we talked high level.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's shoot for the moon. I got a new bike, so let's go for that. Right?
Yeah, you do got a new bike.
Yeah, as far as, just everything, walk in, grab something off the shelf. Man, I want some warm, heated gloves. It's that time of year for me. If my digits get cold, I'm not having any fun out there. And yeah, I know I can do bar mitts, but bar mitts, to me, I keep forgetting to put my hand in the bar mitt to put the brake on, and then I end up going like this to hit the brake, and I'm not quite there yet. So yeah, some nice warm, heated gloves. But one thing that we have started being asked about quite a bit is the trainers. Yeah. Everybody comes in the shop. They want to talk to me about trainers. I've gone through different trainers. I'm sure you have too.
Well,
no, you haven't.
You know me. I don't get on the trainers, but you know who I did come to?
I've gone through different trainers. And if you're not going to use the trainer, if you're not going to benefit from being on the trainer, then you're not going to ride. And so a lot of times you jump in, people kind of tiptoe in and buy these $100 trainers. Well, they end up hating them. They throw them in the closet.
Use them, yeah.
Right. So it's better to spend a little bit more to get a good trainer. One thing that does help me ride consistently through the winter, although not recently, but normally, is, I'm a dedicated Zwift rider. I really love the application. Matt's tired of hearing me talk about Zwift, so he asked me if I would do a little demo, kind of talk about how Zwift benefits me. On my trainer, I use a Wahoo kicker. We're going to lead into that and see if I can actually stumble through a whole clip. So producer Matt and I was talking. The weather's starting to get into the 30s and the 20s. It's starting to get colder outside. We're starting to ride a little less infrequently, which is fine. It's cold. You maybe go out 1 or 2 days a week. But some of us like to try to keep up the 4 or 5 day consistency through the winter, some interval training, do some power climbs, that kind of thing. In order to do that, sometimes you have to resort to the trainer. I'm not going to talk too much about the specific trainer. I'd be glad to answer any questions you have on trainers. Trust me, I've ridden through a lot of them. Text us at gravelguru.com or your local bike shop to help you out with that. But what I'm going to talk today about is Zwift. Zwift is the phenomenon that is taking over indoor cycling. I come from a video game background, so when I saw Zwift come out, definitely helped me out with my training. It gives you something to focus on. I like focusing on the numbers that are in Zwift, the power numbers, the cadence RPMs, and the speed. I like the challenge of the different courses that are on Zwift. What do you need for Zwift? Basically, you need a trainer, a bike, and a computer device to accept the data from the trainer. You can get by on the cheap with Zwift if you want to, with just a traditional fluid trainer and a cadence and a speed sensor, which Wahoo makes, Garmin makes, a lot of companies make. If you do that, then you need some type of device, such as a laptop or a iPad, to accept the data that those pieces of information, or the information they're sending. So, how do I have mine set up? I have the Wahoo kicker. I have my True Grit bike, and at home I have the Apple 4th generation Apple TV. Allows you to have the Zwift app. So I have a big TV screen up. I'm a nerd, I know, I get it. I evolved to that point. I started off with just the app on my phone and a Kirk Kinetic trainer, which was a great trainer. Currently I have a power meter on my crank from Stages that does send the data to Zwift for me. But even without that, the Wahoo kicker would have done that just fine. Like I said, speed and cadence sensor on your rear wheel also would work just fine. This particular model allows me to take the wheel off and run with the cassette. A lot of them, the jet fluid trainer just allows the tire itself to touch the trainer wheel. So that's what I do with Zwift. It keeps me riding through the winter, and like I say, consistency is the key if you want to have a great spring riding time. So any questions, just let me know.
Awesome, Bobby, thanks. So I know that this past week or so we were talking about trainers, in fact, because I've been looking into one. My wife definitely wants one. She is not a fan of riding in anything below 50 degrees, I would say, really. And so we went in and we talked about the Wahoo. I think we got the kicker core. It's ordered up in, and so I'm looking forward to getting that set up for her. I think she'll enjoy the idea of getting on the Zwift.
Yeah.
Something to keep her going because she is signed up for Land Run. She's got to get some riding
Which is
in
exciting.
one way or another.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she's going to do the 50, and so she's pretty pumped about it. But I think at the same time, there's that nervous energy that's there as well because she has seen me at Land Run before.
Right.
She has seen me covered in mud from head to toe. She has seen me freezing my backside off a couple of years ago. She's also seen me have no problem with the Cheeto dust that we had last year as well. So she knows that Land Run is very unpredictable, but she wants to get those miles in. So I know the trainer is going to be fantastic for her. And really, if folks are interested in an option for the winter, they don't want to get out in the cold, I would advise looking at something a little bit nicer. Don't get a cheap trainer. Just like if you've already bought 6 bikes and you bought a cheap bike the first time around, you realized that was a bad idea, and then you bought another one and you kept buying them. Go nice. Get a good trainer. It'll keep you going, I think, through the winter.
Yeah, I mean, you need it to be at least a little realistic. Yeah. A nicer trainer, if nothing else, is going to give you a heavier flywheel, and that flywheel is going to keep the momentum rolling when you're feeling like taking a little spin down on a bike. Without that momentum, it's just harder on your knees, and you just don't feel like riding it. So if you do go with a cheaper trainer, you should still look into a program like Zwift. All you need to do is add a speed and a cadence sensor to your bike, and you'll still be able to hop on a program like Zwift. So, cool. So there's options out there, but definitely not advocating for all my good friends out there who says I'm a wimp for being on the trainer in the winter. Get out and ride during the winter. But you know what? If your goal is to ride 4 or 5 days a week, then a trainer is going to help you keep that goal consistent. So if you're out there riding once a week, go ride in the cold. Have fun. But if your goal is to ride 4 or 5 times a week, just because, if nothing else, because of the daylight hours, everything else, it's going to help you to be on the trainer. So
yeah, absolutely. I know, get out of work and it's already dark most of the time this time of year. By the way, if you do have a setup that you want to tell us about for your trainer, you go ahead and comment below on this video. But I think we're going to step away here for a moment and check out some of these social medias from the past few weeks.
Sweet.
Hey, thanks Bobby and Neil. Absolutely my favorite time of the show is checking out the social media sent in to us. Over the last couple of weeks, we've had lots of great photos coming in. If you haven't had a chance to see them, make sure you search the hashtag #ThisIsGravel and check them all out. First up, Josh Schrock sent in this photo. He was getting some of those epic Lake of the Ozark miles. Registration for his event opens the day after Thanksgiving over the Epic at Osage Beach, Missouri. Geoff Doyle sent in this photo riding near Fair Hill, Maryland. What a great ride that looks like. Jason was out bragging about the endless summer in the DeSoto National Forest, scouting routes for the Mississippi Gravel Cup. What an epic place that looks to ride, Jason. Rob was up in the cold Des Moines County, Iowa gravel roads. Michael Brown ventured out to see the area near him where the Southern California fire started. Such a sad situation out there in California right now. Tim Trout was out at the Road Runner Rocks gravel racing rally near Munster, Texas. Kurt Schneider was south of Kuna, Idaho. 45 miles of cold, sunny riding. What an epic place that looks like, Kurt. Paul Woodruff was out riding the gravel on this early winter in southern Ontario. Lynn and her husband Scott stormed the castle at Lindsborg, Kansas this past weekend. Charlie was out checking out the Perry Row Bay near Stillwater, Oklahoma to Perry, Oklahoma on the back roads and said it was the best. Thanks to everybody that submits photos using the hashtag #ThisIsGravel.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for the pictures. Again, we love seeing it, especially when you're riding outside. If you want to send us one of those ones with you on the trainer, like somebody over here, that's fine. But I love the outdoor riding this time of year. Again, make sure you're always tagging them "This is Gravel" so we can see them, or tag them with Gravel Guru or Minister of Gravel or the Casual Cyclist. If I'm not mistaken, Bobby, this is our 40th and final show of the season.
We've done 40 episodes this year. Ooh. That's crazy. Yeah. We'll still, pay attention to our channel. Every now and then we'll be still throwing out some clips. We're still riding. We're still having fun out there in December. I got One Night Stand coming up in Stillwater. There's going to be some, I guarantee you, some clips coming from that. But this is our last studio show for this year. So we'll be back sometime around January-ish. So get ready for, not that the gravel season ever ends, but it kind of picks up and kind of goes down a little bit here in the Midwest, and we'll pick back up again in January. So
thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.